What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another amazing episode. Hope you have all had a good Christmas festival. As we get to end this year, we are in the garage. We have this car ilikuwa fixed up the engine in the previous video, but we had an issue with some exhaust pipes, or rather some EGR pipes. You cannot see them, but I shall show you later. So nikaenda kwa spray booth, nikapata this BMW ilikuwa inakuwa sprayed, the bumper, the front bumper and the rear bumper. Alongside we had this Land Cruiser V8, also it's in the booth. Kile kimefanya hizi imepigwa the primer, paint works bado iko still to come up. This is how it looks as of the minute. We have some tires. These belong to the Volkswagen Touareg yenye ilikuwa iko earlier in the garage, bado iko in the garage. We have also this Toyota Mark II ilikuwa inapigwa rangi, kenye kimefanya hizi imepigwa tu sanding. We also have this Land Rover Supercharged, ilikuwa ishakuwa fixed up from the previous video. You saw the engine being assembled back together. Kile kimebaki ni some few parts. The car will be all set to go. We went back to the Volkswagen. This is what we call the ignition coil, and in order to remove the inlet manifold, you had to remove the ignition coil. So this is the inlet manifold. We were replacing the seals because zilikuwa zinapitisha some hewa. Tukatoka hapo kwa kuja another client. This is a Toyota Land Cruiser V8. What we were doing to this car, we were replacing the spark plugs and also doing some service to it. So these are the spark plugs. Uses 8 of them. It's a V8. These are the new materials that are going to be used, the new engine oil, the air filter, the spark plugs and everything. Also tuka clean up the throttle. Kile mnaona hapo hivyo, that's carbon. Inafanaga the throttle ikuwe clogged, so performance yake inakuwa reduced once the throttle is clogged. We use a D40 spray or a chalk cleaner to clean up the carbon. Tukatoka hapo. And after draining the oil, we drained in the new oil. This is the new oil. We use 5W40 Castrol. Spark plugs is already fixed in. The air filter is all fixed in. And the car went. Tukatoka hapo, we switched to another car. We were replacing the injector pump. It's a diesel car. After doing that, we jumped to another car. We were replacing the harness cable ya gearbox. So this is us chini ya gari. This is the one of the socket of the harness cable ya gearbox. This is the main socket, because your socket ikifail, the harness cable is going to fail. So after the long struggle, we finally got to remove the harness cable, and this is the harness cable ya gearbox. So we noted that the harness cable, kuna some wires zilikuwa zimekulika. Why? This is because of using batteries zenye haziko supposed to be used on the engine. So we ended up attaching the wires back together, and we use a solenoid gun. This is Ogada fixing the wires. And after fixing the wires, we return the cable back on the engine. After that, tukakuja another client. This is a EV Mitsubishi. It uses a hybrid engine. You can note it has like 2 engines, but we're going to be addressing the issue with that later. Came another client with a blocked EGR. This is a Nissan Note. So we cleaned up the EGR, exhaust gas recirculator. That's the throttle. Also, we had to clean it up. We got filled up with carbon, and the car went. Kukuja another client. This is a Discovery. What I was doing here was I was loosening up the ball joints. We were replacing the arms. These are the arms that were coming off from this car. And once the arms are off, we had to send them over so that we could get the spare parts of them. Meanwhile, came in another client with an issue with the brake booster. So we were currently doing some service on the brake booster, and we also ended up replacing the brake booster. This is called the master cylinder. From there, after the short period of time, the new arms had arrived, so we were now going to put them back on the car. And this is one side completed, and you can see the other side is being attached. We also had this car in the garage. Ilikuwa ishapigwa rangi, the bonnet and the bumper and ilikuwa imekuja kutengenezwa, ilikuwa iko scratch up. It belongs to a famous TikToker yenye simjui, but I shall get to bring him up on the channel later on. Also alternate tukakuja another client, we're doing some engine service kwa sababu the client was saying alikuwa anaenda Christmas. This is the next morning as usual. Our first client of this day ilikuwa Jalango. Gari yake ilikuwa inabadilishwa the tint. So after the tint was setted up, he left. Very sick car. Tukarudi now to the car that was in the garage na tuko tunafanya kitu yote. So what we are going to be doing, we are going to be replacing the arms, the steering rack, the links, and in order to do that we had to extract the cradle. This is what we call the cradle. The cradle supports the whole front system suspension. So this is it. And once it was off, we got to remove the arms, the ball joints, so that we could go and replace them. This is what we call the cradle.
Purchase your tracks today.
And once the cradle was off, it was now easy to access the arms. So one arm was off, and now we were extracting the other arm from the cradle. And after the struggle, both of the arms are off the cradle. The parts were already here. Kile kilikuwa kimebaki ni to go and compress the bushes, the arms, which I did. This is me pale kwa workshop at the compressors. They have to extract the bushes from the arms, and this is how they extract them. Now for those of you who are not familiar with ball joint, this is what we call the ball joint. And the ball joint is used to steer the knuckles in different directions while ensuring they remain attached to the vehicle. These are the bushes. As you can see, the new bushes are here. This is a bush, arm bush, and it sits right there. Lakini we had an issue with it kwa sababu ilikuwa iko ndogo, so we had to order new ones. But meanwhile, the other bushes were being compressed, and this is how they compressed them. So from what I saw, you apply some oil on the bushes, then you align the bushes with the holes on the arms, and then you start compressing the bushes on the arms, and you use a jack, and this is how you compress it. And after the compression was completed, we headed back to the garage. We fixed up the arms of the cradle, same as to the links and same as the deep bushes. And once they were all set, we fixed them back on the car. But before that, it was a Thanksgiving day, so we were giving flour, cooking oil and milk to the less fortunate. So this is how it went down. Thank you very much. It was organized by the one and only mechanic. We also had the Citizen crew live, so make sure you follow up on the Citizen channel. And this is technically what was going on. You shall get to see more of this on the TV, so make sure you tune into the news in the evening. Unaweza kuangalia simu yako utachukua. Unaweza kutumia simu yako utachukua record kabla ya. We also had our good friend Mr. Tumbili in the building, so you don't fail to go check up the content that he made on that day in his channel. We have and this is just a simple way of giving back to the community. I also got the chance to drive Tumbili's vehicle, the sick BMW. Go check that up on his channel also. And that was it. So tukarudi back after the process, tukarudi back on the car. We started now exchanging the coil springs which sit on the shock absorber, and after fixing that kukakuja another client alikuwa anapigiwa rangi in the garage, and that was pretty much of it. I also got to see how the electrical vehicles ports za kuchajua zinakaa. So this is how they look. I don't know how they work because I have never used any or charged one. From there ikawa ni jioni, tukabaiwa sapa because it was the last day of working, and that's how we get to end the video of the day. So thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel kama hujasubscribe. Happy New Year, and I shall see you next year. Peace out.